Hi St. Andrew kids, it's Miss Sterenberg here, and I'm going to do a guided how to draw lesson with you today. We're going to make a color whale. So instead of making just a color wheel, we're going to create a whale shape and divide it up into the color wheel colors and then color them in order using some different design ideas that you might have. So let's get started. Okay, so you can use anything you want to draw your whale with. You could use a pencil, a Sharpie, a crayon. I'm going to use a Sharpie that helps you to see the lines as I'm going through the steps. So we're going to start out on the bottom of the paper, and we're going to make a curved line that curves up and creates a space for the tail. And then we're going to come back over here, and we're going to draw the rest of the whale shape. So let's follow along. I'm going to start close to the edge, and it's going to be a slanted curved line that runs along the bottom. And then when I get to the next corner or near, I'm going to go back up, and then I'm going to create the tail by making a curved line, and then another big smile curve. And then that's going to come down and not touch because I'm going to create the tail here. And then I'm going to jump back over to this side. I'm going to jump a little up, and I'm going to draw the curved back of the whale, come down, and create the tail. So right above that, where that line stops, I'm going to start again. I'm going to go straight up, and then near the corner, I'm going to start to curve around, running along the top edge. And then I see my tail coming. I can see I've got about this much space here. So I want to start coming down so that I can curve up and make my tail. There we go. And then this little opening, we're going to make a little triangle shape, and that gives us our mouth. You could make a little grin mark there for the cheek. And then to make an eye, the kind of eye I'm going to make is to create a big circle, and I'm going to put a medium circle inside of that, and then a small circle inside as well. And then I'm going to color it in. It gives the whale a big glossy eye. Makes it look really friendly. Okay, so now we're going to divide the whale up into the 6 segments. And we're going to first divide the whale into 2 parts. So basically down the middle. And then we're going to divide each part into 3 sections. So find the center of your whale, put your marker down, and then you're going to make a line that goes diagonally out to one side, go back to where those lines meet, and do the same thing on the right side. Kind of looks like a peace sign now. And then we're going to extend those lines in the upwards direction. Go back to the intersection and draw your line up. So now I've got a whale that's divided into 6 compartments. So you can use anything you'd like to color. You could use markers, you could use crayons, you could even use watercolor paint if you have paint. That'd be great. I'm going to use crayons. It's a little quicker. And I can also show you how to blend colors. If you don't have your 3 primaries and 3 secondary colors like I do, maybe you're missing some colors, you can make all the colors with your 3 primary color crayons. And we're going to start out with those. So I'm going to use blue, red, and yellow. You might want to check your label, make sure you got the right colors, because sometimes the wrappers look the same. Red. Okay, I'm going to start with red. I got to peel mine a little bit. And you can start anywhere with your color arrangement to get started. So I'm going to go ahead and fill in the face area with my red primary color. And I like to follow along the lines first. Around the shapes and the edges, and then I can go fast and fill in the rest of the space. Now, I said that we were going to look at some different line patterns to put in here, and we'll get to that too. But first we're going to just establish where the colors go. So in order to do the next one, you're going to make sure that you leave a space open on each side of the primary color, and then put your next primary color in either this spot or this spot in this case. So I'm going to go ahead and use my yellow, and I'm going to color that in. I'm going to go around the edges. And then I'm going to color in. I can go faster because I know I'm not going to go over the lines because I created a barrier. Okay. And then now we have to make sure we have a spot on each side in order to put our next primary. So that means this is the spot where our third primary goes. So that makes it easy. So I'm going to color that in with my blue primary color. It's such a pretty color. Blue is the most popular favorite color. Is that your favorite color? I don't really have a favorite color. I really like all the colors, and I really like putting color combinations together. Okay, great. So now we have spaces for our secondary colors, and those spaces are there because the purpose of a color wheel is it's a map, right? So if we have our red and our blue here, then when we mixed them together, that would give us our secondary color. So that means that purple or violet would go in here because red and blue make violet. So let's see what I got here. Oh yeah, violet, purple. They mean the same thing. They're synonyms. So I'm going to color that in. Sure, I still take my time. You can slow down and take your time with your coloring. I'm going a little faster than I might go normally so that you have the time to make your art. Let's take a look at what would happen if we made a secondary color by blending our primaries. That could be fun. I'm going to do yellow and blue, or should I say yellow and blue. So I'm going to start with my blue. And blue is so dark, I'm just going to color really lightly with my blue. Just a real gentle touch. Still filling in the spaces and everything, but just going really lightly. Still following along those edges. That always does the trick for me. And then you're going to take your other primary color, which is yellow, and since yellow is so pale, I'm going to press down really hard. And when I color that in, you can see the secondary color that it makes. And what color is that? Green! It's really a great color for March because all the things start to bloom and start to grow in March. Grass and leaves and some of our flowers. I see tulips coming up in the yard. Do you have tulips or crocuses? Flowers at this time of year are very hopeful sign. So there's my green. If you wanted to, you could go a little darker and experiment with what happens when you layer the colors on top of each other too. Why not, right? Okay. All right, so let's use this spot for the line design idea. If you're going to use markers, it might be kind of a pain or just not that fun to color it in. So something you might want to try instead is creating some line designs just to fill in your area. You could do something else. Just use that color wheel color, but just create some lines or something and fill it in with different doodles. And just follow the same lines that you were doing. You can make shapes. You could do whatever you wanted to, just as long as you're using those colors and putting them where they belong to demonstrate to me that you understand what a color wheel looks like. Then have some fun, do something different, make it your own. And it's totally okay if you just want to color it. But if you want to challenge yourself, try something else. See, look at that. Anything goes. Okay? So, just to show you again what that might look like. This was my color whale line design. And I even included a little bit of watery lines back and forth in my whale. So if you have any questions about this lesson, you can email me during the week, Monday through Friday, 10 to 1, and I'll be checking in and seeing how you're doing. And I would love it if you took a picture of your color whale when you were done and sent it to me through an email. That would be awesome. One more thing, artists, like we do, we always put our name and class code on our paper. Name and class code. Don't forget. All right, artists. Well, I hope you enjoyed this lesson. Remember, if you want to pause it at any point and review, you can do that anytime. You take care of yourself, and I hope to see you soon. Bye.